Hey guys, Philip Level here with Prepper Advantage, and today I want to talk about making a quick stone cutting tool. So stay with us and we'll jump right into it. I'm sure you've all seen Native American artifacts. Some of you have probably found them yourselves, and they're beautifully manufactured works of art, right? Our ancestors, they were real craftsmen. They were artists. They made beautiful stone cutting tools, arrowheads, etc. But the truth is, in a survival situation, all we really need is a sharp cutting edge, something that we can use to cut materials, to clean animals, and etc. So the first step to manufacturing a good stone cutting tool is going to be finding the right materials. Now you can use chert, flint, quartzite, quartz, volcanic glass such as obsidian or dacite. But really, what we want to know is the characteristics of that rock. Okay, we want to find a type of rock that is very glass-like. Okay, so one thing you can do is kind of knock these rocks together, and you can hear that high-pitched sound. Okay, I'll grab another one here. You can hear that high-pitched, kind of glassy sound, and that's what we want. We want something that's real glass-like, that when we hit it, it's going to knock a flake off instead of shattering or crumbling, such as sandstone or something. So just go around, knock the rocks together. If they get a good high-pitched sound, you're probably good, but your best bet is just to knock a flake off there and make sure that you can flake it. Now once you've found your material, we're going to have to be able to knock flakes off of this thing. And the way we do that is we're going to find edges, what we call platforms. And all a platform is where you're going to hit the rock to knock a flake off. Now you want your platform to be an angle that is less than 90 degrees. Okay, you can see we have a 90-degree edge there. We want something more like this that is less than 90 degrees. So we're just going to kind of roll this rock around in our hands and find a nice angle to knock a flake off of. So you can see here that that's a nice square edge there. That's a 90-degree angle. Okay, if we were to hit that with a rock, it's not going to drive a good flake off. That's going to go, the energy's going to go straight into that rock, either break the rock in half, or that flake's going to go in and dive down, and we're really not going to get what we're looking for. So we want to kind of rotate this rock around and look at the different edges on it. And you can see here, okay, we have a nice angle that is less than 90 degrees, and that's what we're looking for. So once we've found our angle, we need some type of nice, pretty hard rock. You can use a river rock like this, or you can use a nice round piece of sandstone. We just want something that is going to knock this flake off. So here we found our edge. Okay, you can do a couple practice swings, and what you really want is the weight of your tool to do the work. So I'm not going to try to hammer that thing. I'm going to let my tool do the work. Okay, so right here is that platform I want to hit, and I'm just going to strike that with my hammer stone. Okay, and once you knock a flake off like this, you've already made your first stone cutting tool. Okay, these edges are about the sharpest edge you'll ever find. So stuff like this is great for cleaning animals. It's great for harvesting and processing different plants. This is, like I said, the sharpest thing, the sharpest edge you'll ever be able to get. But the problem with this is it's so sharp. If we use it for processing wood, cutting trees, stuff like that, it's going to crumble that edge, and it's going to dull and deteriorate very quickly. So we want to make a larger, what we call a biface, and that's just a larger piece that we can hold like so, and work on trees and stuff. And the way we do that is we continue knocking flakes off of this piece of rock, get a nice convex shape to this rock, and strengthen that edge. Okay, we're going to get the edge nice and sharp, but we want some kind of integrity and strength to that edge. And the more we process this down and knock flakes off that, for one, you're going to be causing serrations on this edge, which are good for processing wood. You can use that like a saw. And you're also adding a little bit of integrity to that edge. So we're just going to continue going around, finding those platforms, and try to knock this down into some sort of knife blade. But whenever you find a nice platform, you want to make sure that that is lower than your center line. So if this is our center line, if this is our edge, we don't want to try to knock a flake off from here. We want to turn that over to where our platform is closer to the side that we're flaking. And that's going to cause that flake to travel this way and give you a nice flat or flatter surface. If we were to knock it the other way, we're going to cause a real steep angle there, and we're not going to get that nice sharp edge that we're looking for. So I'm going to continue going around this thing and make sure that my platforms are on the side, are closer to the side that I want to knock the flake from. And if they're not, I'm going to have to use my hammerstone and move that center line towards that edge. So there's my center line. If I want to knock this flake here, I need to move that center line up to where when I roll this over, I have less material on this side. And these are just the basic physics of flint knapping. Like I said, you can knock that one flake off and you have a stone cutting tool there. But we want to go ahead and make something that we're going to be able to resharpen, we're going to get a little more use out of, and it's going to have some life to it. So I'm going to continue just going around, finding those platforms, and try to work this down some. So you see this low spot here? We want to knock that flake off there, bringing our center line up in line with the rest of it. So we'll find our little low spot there. And there's a usable tool there. And we can still take one more little piece off right here. You see our center line's getting a little closer to being in line, which we're going to keep coming around, knocking flakes off. And all we're going after is a nice edge on both sides that we can use to cut with. So this thing is far from pretty. You can see we have a sharp edge here. We have some good weight, something we can hold to, that we can chop with. So we're gonna go find a nice little sapling and use this thing to chop it down. So here we have a nice little sumac tree that I want to utilize to make a pipe out of. So we're going to test out our little cutting tool here and go ahead and chop this thing down. There you go. It's not beautiful, it's not a piece of art, but it is a quick, functional tool you can make off the landscape, and it can help save your life. So go find some rock, whether it be river rock, flint, whatever, and just start knocking some flakes off and see what you can come up with.